Hey, yes, I'm finally doing my video. Excuse me, still, I am in mommy mode, hair pulled back and everything. Um, Thank you for joining the video. Again, make sure you like, share, please comment. I love having conversations with people. And also subscribe. So, I know it's been 2 weeks. Told you I had a lot going on, but we are going to talk about Married at First Sight today. But since it's been one of them hard times, we don't have wine today. Today we have Malibu, pineapple flavored. We're going to mix it with cranberry juice and make it work. I mean, sometimes wine just don't do the job. So go ahead and make up the drink for us. I do want to give a shout out. So we were supposed to do the video last weekend. It would have been 314 day. If you don't know, we are in St. Louis. So that is our day. I had this shirt made. She made, a lot of shirts. I said she. It's actually two females that own the company. It's S&S Pretty Printing, LLC. I will link the Facebook page below. But they made me this shirt for the holiday. And they also will make up any shirts that you need for your business needs. So make sure you check them out. They are very reasonably priced. They even had me a shirt back when I was just a stepmom that said Fly Mom, and then underneath it said Stepmom. If I can find it, I'll post it on my Instagram. But yeah, check them out. So we got to go back.
Yeah, we got to go back.
Oh, should I have introduced you?
But
they know
I feel
who
like
you
they
are.
already know who I am. Yeah.
This one will not be edited because we 2 weeks out. We just gonna give it to you straight, and it is what it is. But the next ones will have edited again. So let's see. 2 weeks ago, where was we at? Who should we start with? I do have some other people than Chris and Paige this time. So let's start with Vincent and Brianna because I don't have that much to say.
Just going to say, okay.
So I don't know if you remember, but the most I remember about their episode or their parts on the episode, was the fact that they went ballroom dancing.
Mm-hmm.
He had shared with her that he wanted to dance and take dance classes. So as a surprise to him, she took him ballroom dancing for classes. It was just them. Literally them and the teacher because of COVID. That's it. And what did you think about it before I go into what happened?
Well, okay. That initial part, it was like he spoiled the moment. He spoiled the entire moment. And
not for the first time.
Not for the first time.
This is what he does.
And it was just that she really was excited. And at first they both seemed excited. But then all of a sudden he became this Debbie Downer. And she was just like...
No. Correction. It wasn't ballroom. Wasn't it salsa?
Oh, salsa. It was salsa.
Yes,
dancing.
it was salsa.
That's right. It was salsa dancing. I mean, I would have... If I was in her shoes, I would think he'd be fine with doing salsa dancing.
I mean, I guess that's considered racist to think that a Dominican would know how to salsa dance. Yeah. That's not really their dance. Just because they speak Spanish
doesn't mean
it doesn't. Yeah, it's not their, form of dancing.
But he did say he wanted to go dancing.
He did say dancing. So, I mean, even if I took you to a ballet dance, you should have been happy because you just said dancing.
Mm-hmm.
So, just to go back into what actually happened, he went into embarrassment mode. Remember back with the wine bottle and he popped the bottle and the cork went everywhere and they spilled on him and he was so embarrassed.
Not even that serious.
I think Vincent was not prepared to be filmed. I don't think he's prepared to be on TV.
Probably not.
Because everything they do that doesn't go his way, he gets embarrassed. And his embarrassment shows as anger and almost like childish behavior.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The whole, why would she take me here? If it was this kind of dance, it'd have been better. And
he was like, my shirt's too small.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
he messed up. I mean, if you put me out on any dance floor teaching me any dance, and I took dance class for years, was in a competition line. You put me out there on the floor to learn any dance, it's going to take me a minute. I'm going to mess up.
Right.
And I might even act like I got two left feet. It just
and I'm sure
is what it is.
She probably messed up a couple times, too.
Exactly.
So but
he was so embarrassed. He gets so over, and that's why I say it's almost childish, like, because when you're a kid and it's time to give a speech in class and you're like, everybody's gonna laugh at me,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
go in shutdown mode, like, I
Mhm.
can't do it. That's what he does.
Yeah.
Every time. But then how can she, as his wife, help him when he shuts down on her too?
That's on that part's on him to correct.
I don't know. Vincent and Brianna I like together, but he frustrates me sometimes when he gets into his little mode.
Mm-hmm.
And I can only compare him to me because I think he has a lot of self-doubt
Mm-hmm.
in everything he's trying to do to become better.
So
And
then
that's why
when he
he's
doesn't-
like, I promise you that I'm going to bring this to you, but I'm going to start this business. I'm going to do all of this,
Mhm.
but just wait. Be patient.
Mhm.
Woo! Patience is not my virtue. It is not my virtue. And that's even within myself.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I need it now. And I need a guarantee that it's going to happen,
Mhm.
or else I don't want to do it.
Mm.
But I don't shut down to,
like he does.
oh my God, everybody leave me alone. I just messed up.
And he's just, yeah. I don't know. He's gonna have to work on that big time.
Definitely. The next one I have is Jake and Haley. Is that how you? Is that?
Let's make sure.
I think it's Haley.
Jacob and Haley.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
My friend, my 80s friend. My
I
80s
like-
friend.
I mean,
Why did they pair her with her? I mean, with him.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
we don't see it yet.
I
know.
don't like her. Like, that's why, and it's not like I can't stand her. I
Mhm.
don't like them together as a couple because I think she went in knowing she wasn't gonna like him.
Mm.
I think she went
She
in
talked on that a little bit, I think.
on the next episode when we'll get
Okay,
there.
okay.
But I don't think she fully knew what she was getting into when she got into it. She just was like, let me try this out. Where Married at First Sight is not something that you just get in and try out. Like, you are legally signing a contract to be married. Like, that's not a let me see kind of thing.
Mm-mm.
Going on a blind date is a let me see kind of thing.
Right.
So, they had a conversation. I don't remember the full conversation they had with each other, but he asked her if she was physically attracted to him.
Oh, yeah. And the response was...
She said she didn't know.
Which you do know.
Which to me means
The answer is no.
no.
Yeah, and it's okay. Just say it.
Yeah. I
Let's
mean,
be honest.
who expects somebody that they just met to automatically be physically attracted? And then I don't know how anybody else works, but I can be physically attracted to you when I first meet you, and then as I get to know you, you slowly become unattractive.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, his teeth kind of messed up.
Yeah, and then you
His
just
head
start
kinda big.
Like, you know what? This ain't
Yeah,
me.
it's little things. So I get it. You don't have to be physically attracted to
Mhm.
him,
And the same.
but to say I don't know.
She's just not. I don't think she. Sometimes I wonder, does she really know exactly what she wants from her not really dating really in the past, and then also her admitting kind of like, well, if one thing that she doesn't like, and then she'll just back off because of something small. And it's just like, do you really know what you want? Do you really know what you're
She
really
does not.
getting
That's
into?
what I said. Was not ready
Mm-mm.
at all. And when you first meet somebody, you don't know what you want. I mean, you can have all this list of what I didn't like about all these other people,
Right.
and
But-
so I want what they didn't give me. But those things, once you actually get them, could be something that you
So
don't
it's a-
really want.
Yeah. It could
I can
be.
say I want somebody tall, long hair, skinny. Guess what? That ain't what I married.
Like, oh, what is that?
That's not what I married. So, I mean, you have to go through a process, no matter if it is Married at First Sight or
Sure.
you're just literally dating,
Yep.
to figure things out. And then she kind of made it seem like he wanted her to fall in love with him overnight and, be all lovey-dovey and them having sex, within the first week or something
He
like
just
that.
wanted her to
Actually,
try.
they did have sex.
Oh,
On their
that one-
honeymoon.
yeah.
So, and I'm sorry, I don't know about nobody else, but if I don't want it, I ain't
not doing it.
Doing
Right.
it. Especially with a stranger.
Yeah,
like, what do you
it's
mean?
just not happening.
So she confuses the hell out of me. I don't know.
He's definitely confused. He's just saying, just try, just
Yeah.
give it a chance.
And that's what my notes say. Like,
see.
he just wants you to act like you're in a relationship.
Yep.
Where she's treating him like, and he said it, friend zone.
Yep.
You friend zone me after we had this great honeymoon moment.
After marriage, after honeymoon, and then all of a
Yeah,
sudden
we
it's
didn't
just
have
like,
sex, we lovey-dovey, hugged up, and then all of a sudden, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh, back away. Wait a minute. You like, ooh, no, I'm not attracted to you. You like the 80s. I ain't into that. What?
You ain't always got to be into the same.
But that's what her friend was telling her the week prior. Like, you just met this man, and then you X'd him out immediately.
Right.
You didn't even take the time to get to know him.
Mm-hmm.
So, you got anybody else before I go into Kristen Page for that episode? Because I might have to finish my drink before that.
Let me make sure I'm on the right. So Eric and Virginia,
Eric and
Party
Virginia.
Girl, where they weren't they talking to one of the experts and just discussing like the friends with the male situation. He got to meet her friends,
yeah.
and it just seemed like still her comments, she doesn't understand the concept of you're married now. It's like it's always a but and it's just like, I mean, it's simple.
Mm-hmm.
It's very simple, and she just can't get it, understand it. I don't know.
I think her fear. I'm sliding out of my chair.
I heard it. But
Her fear is giving up who she is to be married. And I say that because she talks a lot about how her parents were together and they separated. And she felt like she was in the middle of their separation. And then she separated herself from her daddy because it was so much drama. I'm still sliding. I don't know what's going on.
It's okay.
Just ignore me. But I really think her issue is she's scared that if she makes a change within herself, that she will turn into her parents. Because she won't have herself. She won't be that party animal. But age has something to do with that. Because do you remember how old
I thought
she is?
She was 20, maybe 27, maybe.
She's still in her 20s.
Yeah.
I will say that. So in my 20s, I was partying it up. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
It was times, like I said, that I would wake up in the morning, go to work, come home, take like an hour nap, and then I'm out. Like, I was going out. I was partying it, drinking it, spending nights at my guy friend's house.
Mm-hmm.
Then when I pretty much literally overnight when I hit 30, I made changes.
Mm-hmm. You'd be like, oh, I don't know about
Yeah,
that.
I made
gotta
changes.
stay
I was
home.
like, oh, I'm tired.
tired.
Like literally my 30th birthday party. No. I'll take that back because I met my husband. I got engaged at 30. So
Yeah, you did.
actually, the end of my 20s.
Mm-hmm. Where I am.
The end of my 20s, I slowed down. But I remember, like, it was literally overnight. Like, I had my birthday party at a club for the first time, got a booth and everything. I had a photographer, all of that. Went all out. We had a snowstorm and everything. Like, we got so drunk, the car got stuck going up the hill, and I had to get out the car, and I had no shoes on, and walk to my house. And I did it and didn't even think twice about it because I was so drunk. Like, I'm going to be honest.
Like, this is a good idea.
Yeah. I like, literally. But then and my birthday's in the end of January. So come February, Mardi Gras time came, and my cousin was like, hey, girl, come on, let's go out for Mardi Gras. And I'm like, I'm tired.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to. I don't feel like it. Anyway, I went out, and that's when I met my husband. And at that time, I wasn't checking for nobody. I'm like, shh, please.
Perfect timing.
Please. Like, I had just decided I'm going to date. Literally, and what I mean date, I was going to date multiple people. We were just going to get to know each other.
That's the part of
I don't
dating.
want you nothing further when I met him. So, it takes time to mature to that point that you like, look, I want to give this up. I don't think
It
she's
does.
there. I don't think she's there. Not yet.
And that worries me with them too.
Well, because he's older.
He is. I mean,
what is he?
He's trying.
Late 30s, I think. Almost 40. Because didn't he say he was like
35? What is?
I think he's older than that. Because she was talking about what, maybe 5 years to have a kid or something if she decided to have a kid.
And he was just like, no.
Yeah, he was like, I'm not going to be past 40
and
have a kid, which we skipping into the next episode still. But
sorry, guys. But yeah, he did mention that.
But
it's really good together.
It is. It's really good.
Oh, let's go ahead and
I don't know nothing about Malibu other than I buy it.
So we have the Malibu pineapple, okay, with cranberry juice, and you would think like that would be okay. Let's try it out to see how it is, but it's really, really good together. So if you guys get it, definitely put it with some.
And we don't have no expensive cranberry juice. Let me just tell you, this is the cranberry juice they give kids and stuff.
School.
Look, in school. So we just made what we made work for y'all today,
and it works. So
let's to get back on track. Sorry, I went into my own little story, telling y'all story time. Okay, so Chris and Paige in this episode. Chris Pastor, I don't remember his name, but he met with Paige. Mm-hmm. So the first thing I said was, "Why are you meeting with Paige?"
Good question. He reached out to her, right?
Yeah, he reached out to her, and it's like, you are Chris's pastor. Now that does not mean he cannot counsel her, but he is Chris's pastor. Now he talked to Chris the episode before that, and remember Chris shut him down.
Right.
So in my mind, I'm like, he done talked up Paige so much. It's like, are you married? Do you want Paige? That was my thought process when it happened.
A good thought process.
When it happened. He basically just wanted to explain to her who Chris was. And why he felt Chris needed Paige in his life. I mean, I don't have no key points of nothing he said, but I'll tell you one key point.
What?
He said, when I met Chris, he was engaged then.
Oh, he did bring that up, and she was like, oh.
Which means that's the second engagement. This was prior to him being engaged to the so-called baby mama.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes, that's a red flag. That's a red flag.
Somewhere in this process, the pastor told Chris, or production told Chris, that the pastor met with her. So then he wants to meet with Paige. Again. This was the restaurant when they went to sit at the restaurant and talk, remember?
Okay.
And he expressed how he was mad at his pastor for reaching out to her, and that they were done. I'm done with that. Oh, I don't even know his name.
No, we're going to call him Pastor.
We're going to say Pastor Mike. I'm done with Pastor Mike. All because he talked to her. But this is your pastor. This is somebody that you said that you have mad respect for. Somebody that has counseled you over the years to help you become what you have become.
And it seemed, now, the pastor, yes, he did not tell Chris that he was reaching out to Paige and going to have that conversation. But it definitely seemed like he tried to do this, maybe what's best for Chris, to try to get Paige to stay. So he was trying to do Chris some service.
He was helping Chris.
Yeah.
The whole way. But Chris doesn't see that. If it's not Chris' way, it's disrespect.
Yeah.
And disrespect. The issue with that was, Chris, now he wants to say, how could the pastor meet with my wife? Again, mind you, you were the one that said, I'm divorcing her.
True.
I'm leaving her. I'm done.
He must have forgot about
that. So how can you use, this is my wife, when she's not going to be your wife? You don't want her to be your wife. You can't have him in these double standards. Kill me.
Continuously.
Kill me. And he just, I hate Chris. I hate Chris. I hate Chris. I hate Chris.
Along with a lot of other people.
I really hate Chris, though.
Everybody hates Chris. Okay.
He keeps talking about how he doesn't want his child being raised in a home by somebody else. That confuses me, because have you never heard of people being divorced and remarrying?
Right.
Like, you can still be a father to that child, and that new man doesn't have to be the father.
Correct.
My stepkids call me Tiffany, not mama.
Simple.
Not stepmama. I'm Tiffany. I will never replace their mother. So
Correct.
why in his mind for a child that's not here? That's
We
literally
don't know if it
that's
is
literally what is
child.
she supposed to be 6 weeks?
6, yeah.
It's still like this. Like I'm confused at why you so concerned, you overly concerned about things that have not even come into play right now.
We still don't know if it's true or not, but just saying.
No, we don't know.
So
Like, I just caught it as BS. Like, that's just an excuse
he's been a
for
lot
him
BS.
to leave Paige. I don't know. Like, I feel like he's playing this tug of war with Paige.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want you. No. I don't really want you.
Right.
But why? What are you getting out of this tug of war?
He don't know. Unless he do know.
Well,
And it's for sure.
I was proud of Paige for a moment.
Until.
I was proud. She got up. She said, I'm through with this. And production said, well, let him know. Go and tell him you through.
And then he got her back.
This girl sits down. And she's like, I mean, what do you want from me? What do you expect from me? Where do you see this going? This
If you're
man.
ever done with somebody, tell them that you're done. Don't give
And
them
leave it.
options. Yeah, don't
Leave
ask
it.
questions. Because then all they're going to do is throw the bait out. And then next thing you know, you like, ooh, what is this pretty thing? And then he reeled you back in.
This dude says we just need to start over.
And what did she say? Yeah.
Let me tell y'all, because I told y'all I watch Kev on stage and Miss Kev on stage.
Mm-hmm.
And they talk about the show as well. They post their videos every so often. So I was watching their video on this, and I don't remember who said it, because they also have 2 friends that's on there, and I'm sorry I don't remember their names. But they were on there, and one of them said, you cannot start over with somebody that you don't know. Like, starting over means you have a past with this person.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all have built up something. So you can start over. But if you only known this person for a couple weeks, ain't nothing to hold on to start over. Y'all starting, period. And they said more into it, but that's the breakdown of what was like, yeah, within me. I'm like, yeah, she right. You can't start over. What we starting over? So they did the whole stupid, hi, I'm Chris. Hi, I'm Paige. Nice to meet you. I'm sorry. Here's y'all y'all marriage license. Did you forget about that?
Right, exactly. And it's now, am I tripping? Did they say let's start over as friends?
Yes, as friends.
Well, that'll go into the next.
But that's how y'all
paragraph.
should have started in the first place. Let's start as friends. Instead, Paige went into it. I am his wife. I am devoted. This is my duty. And Chris was like, I'm finna take advantage of this.
He surely did take advantage of it. All of it. It's my front door.
Oh, okay. So let's round it up to this past Wednesday's episode.
Yep.
Excuse me.
This is really good.
It is.
That's my last
You gonna
one.
have to? Do we have more cranberry juice?
You want some more?
I want some more. We might. I know it's apple juice in there. We might have to
We got. I'm sure
mix it up
somebody
with
got
some apple juice. I do in my house, but of course we're using somebody else's house right now. So okay, so I got more notes on people.
Okay, go ahead.
So this past week, let's start with Vincent and Brianna again. So they met with one of the doctors. I think it's Dr. V.
Yes. Let me make sure. Yep.
I think they met with Dr. V.
Mhm.
And so she was talking about the romance in a marriage and creating that romantic space between you two. So it kills me. And maybe I'm horrible to be romantic with. Maybe that's what it is. But he had all these flower petals and candles and all that stuff for them to play this game. And that's what I said. I was like, oh, it's such a cute setup. My whole thing is, who cleaning this up?
Tiffany.
I know. That's why. Didn't I just say I'm probably the worst person to be romantic for? Because I did the same thing for my honeymoon. Like, they had flower petals all the way in the room, all the way up to the bed, had a big heart on the bed with flower
That's
petals.
cute.
I was like, oh, this is so cute and sweet. Shh. So I can lay down.
I mean, yeah.
And then I told my husband, I said, I'm glad we ain't got to clean this up.
Yeah.
Like, it's cute and sweet in the moment, but cleaning up
They
that
can
mess.
both do a little teamwork and clean the stuff up. But it was cute. The thought that count.
Okay.
I mean, the thought counted. You know what I'm
So then they played some kind of blindfold game. Was it like a truth or dare game or something?
Something like that.
I don't know. It
He
was
should put some
some
more thought
stupid
into
game.
it.
But yeah, he should have really, I don't know. Like, literally, it was like, do you like this? And she would say no. And she would have to put on the blindfold. And he's like, get ready for this cracker.
Right.
Who
I'm like,
plays games with crackers and cheese?
I mean, sure, I eat the cracker and cheese. He definitely should have put a little bit more thought in the game.
I'm like, we ain't doing strawberries with chocolate or nothing. Like, why would we use crackers and cheese?
That's all they had in the apartment.
That is a ladies' wine night. We got a whole spread.
He didn't. He tried. But he tried.
Okay, we
He
gonna
tried.
give it to him.
Yeah,
Okay.
he tried.
I didn't give it to him, but if that's what y'all want to do, go ahead and give it to him. Claire and Ryan. Do you remember theirs?
Yeah. Oh my God.
So their issue is Claire wants to have sex with her husband, and this is how she's feeling.
Intercourse. She wants intercourse.
I want it
Yeah.
now. She's like, I would rape him if he would let me.
That's how she comes off like that. And I'm like, all right, girl.
And Ryan's like, wait, I want to have an emotional connection. I have to understand you and know you first.
Lord.
So, just to let everybody know, because I didn't look up the numbers, but a sexless marriage is common. Okay? It's very, very common.
Really?
I'm going to tell you why, though. Because you have so much happen in a marriage. You have to remember that you are learning to be now a wife and a husband.
Mm-hmm.
You are working. People are creating businesses. You are trying to keep a house up. If you got a house, you're trying to keep all that together. Then you add kids. Now you got
That's
somebody
a lot.
else pulling on you and asking you to take care of them. Then you got to make sure that everything else is paid and taken care of. And it's just so much that builds up that you like, shh.
I'm tired. I ain't got no time.
You want to what? Can we schedule this later? Like, literally, that's just why it happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much stuff that builds up in a marriage that it takes over.
Well, it seemed like this is the perfect time for them to actually have it.
It is, because they're still in the getting to know each other stage.
Yeah.
But I can't change Ryan for her. I can't. So, it's even more common if you don't know him.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, most people don't go around and just, well...
Uh,
Most people don't just go around and have sex with anybody just because. Most people.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I didn't wake up like, you know what? I want to have sex with somebody. Let me go
6
find
o'clock.
somebody down the street. And then, like, 2 hours later, I'm going to find somebody else. And we just
You
go
look like a good one.
that wasn't never me. So I don't know about nobody else, but it's not uncommon. I mean, most people, when they single, they not having sex back to back to back unless they got an on call.
Hey, that's true.
I'm just saying. So,
Lord.
Dr. V posed this question.
Right. Didn't think about this question until she said it. I was like,
I did. I'm not even
Oh,
gonna
you
lie.
did? Okay.
It crossed my mind, but I think it crossed my mind in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
So her question was, and she literally asked him to leave the room. She asked Claire, do you think that he could be a virgin? And Claire, of course, was like, no, you know, the things we do. So that the things we do, which tells me they still do like oral sex.
That's what she. Yeah, that's.
They're
what she
just
said.
not having intercourse.
But he could still be a virgin, though.
Yes,
You know,
very much so. So in my mind, when I think about him being a virgin, because I posed this question, I don't mean he's never had sex before,
Mm-hmm.
because he very well could have. But a lot of people, if they've had sex and it was horrible,
Mm-hmm.
horrible experience, they like, oh, I don't want to go back to that.
It's supposed
So
to
their defense is, we need an emotional connection, because then I can feel comfortable with opening up myself again to you.
Oh, that's a good. So
that's what I think is going on. I don't know. I ain't slept with him, so I don't know. I don't know what his experience this was. But if he's willing to do oral, and he's willing to, I guess, mess around, for him to stop at sex, it just makes me think that something happened.
Yeah, probably.
And
that's a big thing.
I mean, it could even be that he had sex with somebody and they was like, "Oh, that was it." And he was like, "Oh my God, wow. I'm bad. I can't do it." So I don't know, but I thought that was interesting that she asked her that.
Good question, though.
I did like that Claire also mentioned that she's not emotionally connected when it comes to sex. I think, my opinion, I'm not no scientist or nothing. I'm not a relationship expert or nothing. My opinion, there are a lot of women who are not emotionally connected to sex.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So there are actually more women than you think that can just have sex with somebody and be like, deuces.
Right. Yes.
I don't know where it comes from. My husband's gonna kill me, but I gotta say this. So I am one.
Me too.
That is not emotionally connected. So my emotional connection it never started. Literally, I remember when I planned my first time. You heard me say that I planned my first time. So literally, I knew what time, day, where we was gonna be, what time I needed to leave. Like, I had it all planned out, which means the thought and emotion of I'm connecting with somebody was gone. And that literally, that's what it is. I'm not that emotionally connected person that's gonna be like, oh my God, I had sex with him and he broke up with me. I'm be like, oh well, bye.
Well, and that's true.
And there'll be somebody else later, and that's
the end of the story.
Yeah,
it will be somebody else later. And I think it really depends. For me, I feel like it really just depends on who I'm dealing with and what we got going on. If I know this ain't gonna be serious, I'm not gonna take it serious, and I'm just having my do just like they do, and then I'm out. Nothing connected. It's okay.
Well, but you can also hurt other people, and that's what he's scared of. Also,
the hurt.
That she could hurt him. And she said that too, I think. She said she fears that because she can never give him that emotional connection, that it will hurt him in the end because that's what he needs.
But necessarily they don't really know what will actually
They don't
happen.
know what'll happen.
So
they don't know. But I can be honest and say that if she's not emotionally connected with sex, then she won't emotionally connect with him. Now, I don't know what his emotional connection is that he needs. Like, I don't know if he wants to cuddle afterwards and do all that stuff. Yeah, he can't explain what he needs emotionally.
Yeah.
So, I can't tell you whether or not she can give it to him. But that she could still be emotionally unattached by having sex with him. She could love him and want to be with him and all that, but that doesn't mean it's connected with sex.
Right.
Sex does not hold their relationship together for her. Where I almost feel like he feels like it's a part of holding their relationship together.
Okay, I can see. Yeah, okay. I agree with that. Yeah.
So, I mean, she very well can hurt him because he's like, oh, I need this emotional connection. And she's like, boy, let's just have sex and just shut up.
Right. She's like, it's sex.
Come on now.
We good everywhere else, then let's get it on.
Yeah. So, I don't remember what Dr. V told them to do.
I can't remember. I can't remember.
I don't know.
I don't know if she gave them both, like at the same time, some kind of, task or what to work
Well, I'm going to tell them, how about this?
Okay.
Since you need that emotional connection, I need you to give her that emotional connection. You need to take her out on dates where you're not talking about business.
Eating donuts. I'm just trying to eat my donut.
Take her out. Make her feel like a wife, a woman, romantic romanticize her. Is that
Something,
word?
yeah.
Romanticize her to make her feel extra special. And in return, you will get that from her.
Yeah.
Which will create the emotional connection that you're looking for. But I think he also wants this connection with the mind, which I don't know how to deal with somebody that's like that. Because the conversations he has is like, what are your fears? Almost like a therapist.
That's funny because it sounds like me and we have those conversations, but that's how we also are connected in that way.
Mm-hmm.
But he is looking for that, and that's not her.
I can't deal with
That's
that
not
because
her.
it's like I didn't come here for a counseling session. Like, I
And
thought
that's
we
what
was
she
having
said.
a date. Like, why do you have to tell me how I can go about creating my business better on a date when we supposed to be like lovey-dovey? Like, that's a turnoff.
Yeah, it was.
That's
At their
a
date with the
turnoff.
donuts, she was just like, oh, what are we talking about? Like,
And it probably, don't laugh at me, but it probably ruined the whole donut. She like, this don't even taste like a donut no more.
Probably.
It ain't sweet. I wasn't enjoying getting my fat in my body no more. It just was done.
right? Because that's what it seemed like. And she was like, oh my God. But yeah, there's some missing links between them two.
I'm going to pause because I need some more. I really need some more. Or do you want to keep talking and
We
I
can
just
pause.
grab okay, please hold. All right, we are back. So, Haley and Jacob. I am back to my Jacob.
I really like Jacob. I'm just saying,
My
I like
80s.
Jacob.
Okay, so literally my note says she does not like him.
Yep, she don't.
Exclamation point.
Yeah,
like,
she don't.
She don't like him. And it pisses me off that she don't like him because you don't know him.
He probably
And
an
you're not even
amazing
giving
guy.
him a chance to know him. You just want to change him.
Mm-hmm.
I said maybe the sex was bad. If she changed after, literally, if she changed after the first couple of days and they had sex, maybe the sex was not what she was used to.
That's you know what? That's a good point because it can happen. You
I mean,
got
how
bad
many
sex
times-
and it's just like, ooh.
How many times have you been, I guess, dating somebody or not dating somebody? Shoot, you could have just met somebody, but y'all have sex and you like, that was it.
And you out of there. You leave. You
Like,
done. You never talk to this person ever again.
I'm sorry.
I've done it.
Like I could do it better by myself.
That
Like,
sound
what do you
bad.
mean?
That sounds real bad.
What, to say you've done it?
I have done it though.
I've done it.
Yeah.
I have literally been like this, cracking up laughing during. Okay? So, yeah.
Yeah, it's time to go.
It's I get it. If it was bad, it was bad. But you don't have to change him
Right.
because it was bad.
This time she married.
Yeah.
So she gotta figure it out. And if it was bad at this stage, I feel like you married, y'all should have a sit down conversation. How can we fix this? Because it just wasn't hitting right for me.
And I said she knows she wants to run. She wants to be done with him. But she committed to the show.
Mm-hmm.
She committed to the show. So that's her issue. She's like, I made a commitment to go through this process to see what can happen. And
She done. She just checked out all the way.
yeah.
That's sad.
And she's just going through it. But you dragging him along.
Right.
Instead of just saying, we not going to work. I'm going to finish out this show, but we not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
What did she say this week that I didn't even write it down? I think it was more Dr. V sat down with her with everything she said that she does in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And running was one of the things. Like, she meets somebody and she picks them apart with things she don't like, and that's her excuse not to continue on with this person. So what did she do with him? She went in like, I'm supposed to be this wife,
Mm-hmm.
and then was like, oh, wait a minute, I don't really like you. You like 80s. I don't like 80s. Your hairline is too thin. I don't like thin hairline. It's like, she just,
anything and everything.
anything she could find, she was going to pick through it.
Annoying. Very annoying. Frustrating.
So, let me tell you this before we talk about Chris and Paige. So, I posed a question on my Facebook page and Instagram. If you felt like women are programmed to allow disrespect. That doesn't just mean in a relationship, it also could mean in a friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Are we programmed to allow people to treat us bad? So I posed the question because to me in this episode, I felt like that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Lord, I can't even think of the girl's name. Claire and Ryan. She allows him to continue to say, well, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. I promise it's going to happen. It's going to happen. I don't know what we need to do to get it there, but it's going to happen. And then she allows him to still touch her in sexual ways, but not have the intercourse that she needs.
Yeah.
Why? Is it because she's just a wife?
I think that's part of it.
But because that's your husband doesn't mean that you have to allow him to disrespect your body in that way.
True.
Because what you need, he's not giving.
True. And he's not giving you.
And what you're getting from him obviously is not what you need.
Nope.
It's not pleasing you. It's not doing anything for you. So why still allow it? Vincent and Brianna.
Mm-hmm.
You allow this man to break down and have these full-fledged attitudes because he's embarrassed, and yet you continue on to try to make things work. Why? Why does she have to do that?
You're asking the right questions.
I'm going through why it posed in my mind. Haley and Jacob. Now this is a flip flop because, like, you know, every question could go both ways. For Jacob, why are you allowing this woman to break you down and change you as a person just to be married?
Yeah, that's a big one.
You shouldn't have to change yourself to be married.
Is it that people want things so bad that
we have to change ourselves to get it?
Mm-hmm.
But it's changing yourself bad. Because at the same time, change could mean growth, right?
I think it really depends on the change. If I feel like it's the willingness of the change. If you're like willing and agreeing that, okay, let's try to make this work. I agree that maybe I can, make some changes to this, and then that could better our relationship in the future. But if somebody's telling you, like, maybe I don't like this, if somebody's picking you apart, and if you don't change, then we're not going to work. And it's a forceful change then. So I'm not even willing. I didn't even see the problem is me, but you're telling me the problem is me. That's the change you don't want to make.
So I said in friendship because it also made me question some of my friendships with people, especially over the years, because I have lost plenty of friends, and it literally would be for stupid reasons. Like, it's communication, for one. Yep. But it's basically a miscommunication or a misunderstanding on both parts, but we allowed it to break our friendship.
So
I also feel with me, I give. And I keep giving. And I keep giving. What you need as your friend, what do you need from me? Okay, I'll do it. I'll be there. And the moment I cannot keep giving or I can't be there for you, I am no longer considered a good friend. Bless you.
Thank you. Woo,
I am no longer considered a friend. But then in my mind with my question, why do I allow that? Why do I allow myself to continue to give and give and give and break myself down for somebody else, only to know in the end when I'm not there that one time I'm considered a bad friend? I also thought about how over the years, because I don't want nobody thinking I'm talking about nobody currently. I'm just, don't get me into it with none of my friends now, because I got very little friends, okay? So I don't need you going back saying Tiffany said this. But over the years, I was not the friend that got the phone call, hey girl, what you doing? Let's go out. I was the friend calling, hey girl, what you doing? Let's go out. I'm also the friend that was like, girl, I met so-and-so, he can get us in here. I didn't get those type of calls. So
you were that it friend.
I was that quote-unquote it friend because I benefited them. But what do I benefit in that friendship?
One of my friends.
Where do I benefit in that friendship if all I'm doing is helping you? I'm giving to you. I hooked you up
benefit
because I knew this person.
Yeah. then therefore that's really not a friendship.
It's not a friendship. It's very one-sided.
Correct.
But then again, like I said, I allowed that to happen to me just to have this friendship.
The vision was blurred.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So is that what's happening with these couples?
Some of it. Some of it, I don't see how the vision is blurred at all, but some.
But okay, but this goes into my whole Paige and Chris with that question, okay?
Okay.
Because they friends now. Episode starts off with her saying they ain't even talked.
Which pissed me off.
How we starting over and we not talking?
That's a slap in the face. Another slap after you done got slapped about 5 times.
So they sit down with Dr. V.
Mm-hmm.
And Dr. V asks, I keep sliding out this
It
chair.
is a
This
little
chair is
slippery. I
like
did too.
not working with me today. So she asked what Paige expected from Chris.
Mm-hmm.
What are your expectations of your friendship? And she said, a phone call.
Simple.
Just
Communication.
call me. Let's talk on the phone. Hey, how are you? How was your day?
Simple, right?
Not for Chris. Chris said, I don't want to feel forced. I don't want to feel like I have to call you every day at a certain time. The certain time wasn't mentioned.
I didn't say, right, it's not forced. I
But,
just said, call me.
yeah, call me.
Even, heck, I mean, I don't, it could be a text maybe. Like, just like something. Some type of communication. Something.
I thought it was simple.
It
for
is
a
simple.
phone call. But, of course, we're talking about Chris here. Chris.
What else did he say?
He says, I'm not passionate about the process. I don't feel passionate about this process. Chris, we starting over. We, in our minds, we are not married, even though we have the paperwork. We're not married. We're friends. What are you not passionate about of being friends with somebody you said you wanted to start over with?
This child is lost. Okay? that child, he's not, I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. In my opinion, not a man. This child is lost. And that's that.
So Dr. V asked, no, Paige said, I don't know what I'm doing. And Dr. V said, yeah, what are you doing? And I'm like, yes, Dr. V, yes.
Nobody
Somebody
knows.
asked the right question.
Knows.
What are you doing?
Freaking
What are you
mystery.
thinking? Why are you even agreeing to be friends with him at this point? So, Paige's issue. I'm finna get hate for this. I'm finna get hate.
Don't give no hate, y'all.
I gotta say it though. Paige is one of those people that makes you say, those damn Christians.
Well, yeah.
By the way, I am a Christian. I may not attend church every Sunday, but I am a Christian, okay? I don't understand why some people get so devoted
Mm-hmm.
to where they can't live and see the world other than in this Bible and what is being told or taught to them. And their excuse is always, I'm a Christian. And I feel like that's what she's using.
Yeah, she is.
As the reason why she's still trying to keep a hold on this process.
That's exactly what she's using.
That's
Sad, because she's going to be extremely hurt.
So my note says, stop using God as the excuse for allowing a person to treat you bad. And we do.
Mm-hmm.
We do. We all, and literally I have flipped it on other people. And me and my husband, he's probably going to get tired of me saying this. But there was a guy that I was dating for some time. And he wasn't worth nothing. Like literally, I'm to this day, it's like, why did you even feel like you wanted him in your life?
Mm-hmm.
I remember literally the end of our friendship, relationship, anything. He had gave me something.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I want to give this to you because I feel like God put us together to be together. And my response was, God wouldn't punish me that way.
Ha! Boop! Say that.
He wouldn't punish me that way. And literally, that's how I felt. Like, I completely understand people's feeling like God has put us together. But God would never punish you
Correct.
to allow somebody else to treat you bad.
Agreed.
He may let you go on that journey so that you can find out who you really need to be.
Correct.
So that you can stop others from treating you that way. But he's not going to purposely say, I'm going to put Paige with Chris so Chris can treat her like crap.
Nah.
Because she says she a Christian. And she going to be devoted to him. And that's what she's supposed to do as his wife. She's supposed to be devoted and allow him to treat her any kind of way. Where is that at?
That ain't it.
Where is that at? Let me know. I didn't read that.
That ain't it. And she know that's not it. But
I don't think she does.
How she was raised and what she saw, maybe in her parents' household. That's another reason.
But here goes the flip. Because Chris used God as his excuse too.
Chris can.
So they sat down and were making a plan of dates because that's what Chris said he wants to do instead of a phone call. Because for some reason that's easier than a phone call is us going out on dates. So we're writing down what days we're going to meet and what we're going to do and all this stuff. And she said Sunday. And she was like, do you want to go out to eat or something? He was like, how about I bring food over and we can have Bible study. You can host Bible study.
Why?
And she's like, are you serious? And he was like, yeah, I'm dead serious. And he says, I think that's what we need in our relationship. We haven't shared our connection of God. Don't be putting God in your mess. Don't be putting... God ain't finna help you do everything you have done to hurt her.
No. God ain't gonna... God is... I'm sorry. God trying to tell her to run in the first place. That's what he doing.
Now, if y'all want to say God is letting her learn a lesson, maybe that's what it is, and that's, she got to go through it. Fine. But for her not to learn anything through the process, because I don't feel like she's learning nothing. She has not expressed any way of learning other than I'm trying to make this work.
She's not going to learn until it's, blown in her face.
My question,
she's on her butt.
What was Bible study going to do? Are we going to study what marriage is? What it means? Is that what we're going to do? Because what was Bible study when we just became friends again going to do for our relationship? Nothing. Maybe I'm wrong. I ain't never sat down and said, let's have Bible study when I've gotten into it with somebody.
No.
But more power to you. Okay. So then we at the Bible study day. I don't know where the change was because they were eating and they got quiet, and then she told him to go ahead and start, and he said, oh, I didn't prepare nothing. So going back, he did tell her to host it. She would be, doing everything. So I don't know if they had a conversation afterwards where he was supposed to contribute too, but he didn't do nothing.
But here's the thing. He also thought of the idea. So I think, okay, miscommunication. He thought of the idea, but he told her to host it. But in her mind, maybe she's like, well, he thought of it. Maybe he had something to come with.
Yep.
Miscommunication again.
So he had nothing. She went through, reading passages in the Bible. And then she said, read this scripture. And he didn't want to read the scripture. It's like, dang, you ain't contributed nothing.
What are we doing here?
Nothing. And then so she's taking notes because normally in Bible study, you're supposed to learn something.
Correct.
So of course she's taking notes because in her mind, we are doing Bible study together.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, you over there taking notes. Like it was offending him that she was taking notes. Well, she didn't write down your bank account number. She was writing notes.
It's like everything's a problem. Everything's wrong. If it's not about Chris and if it ain't his way, it's a problem.
But then he don't want to do nothing to make it his way.
Childish.
So we're gonna sum it up because I know this is a longer video. But why would Chris think this was the time? Why would he think this is the time to tell Paige that he bought his baby mama something?
I don't know what this man...
Why are we even talking about her at our date?
Correct.
And why are we talking about the situation when we are starting over as friends? Why?
I don't know what his dealio is, but I want Paige to just run fast as she can. Like, this is the fastest she ever ran on the track.
Well, wait a minute. This is my. I try not to think about being a wife in this situation, but he bought his baby mama a Benz because he said that she's gonna need a car to get around with a child.
A Benz, though.
That's not here yet.
Correct.
And our date was the time to tell me.
That we're trying to focus on us.
So, being a wife, because at that moment, a wife came into play. He said, I bought her a Benz. In my mind, it was like, and what have you done for your wife lately?
Nothing.
Other than gave her headaches and heartbreak.
Zitch.
I ain't saying you got to buy a Benz, but dang, you ain't even bought her flowers.
Nothing. We can't even have a regular date. We can't even have a good conversation.
So, to me, this is also a mistake most men make.
Mm-hmm.
He said he bought her the Benz to take care of their child. Being married, you do not, without talking to your wife first, make a decision like that.
And that ain't cheap. It ain't just,
exactly. I didn't just buy her a car. I bought her a Benz.
That's an investment.
I don't care if it was 2 years old. You bought her a Benz. You don't do that. You don't. That's disrespectful to your wife.
Yep.
In general. You have to take care of, and then their situation is different, but you have to take care of your home first.
Yep.
Otherwise, you cannot make another home happy if your home ain't happy. You can fake the funk, but you can't make it happy.
He got some internal problems.
But I don't. Reading Chris is like reading a movie.
A riddle that you can't even say.
The back of a look. They don't even make these probably no more. But the back of a case for a movie, and you reading and you trying to figure. Well, they make them, but most people don't watch them. Shut up. You try to read and understand what the movie is about, and then you put it in, and it's a whole different movie. Nothing what you thought it was gonna be. That's what reading Chris feels like.
Yep. Yeah, you right. You right.
It's like cleaning your house, and then you like, damn, I know I just cleaned that off, and it still ain't clean.
Still dirty. Looking at your dishes, still dirty.
So, what's happening this week? What is Chris doing this week?
I can't even remember. I can't even remember.
All I know is we getting closer and closer to
Decision Day.
Decision Day.
Mm-hmm.
I think we 4 weeks out, something like that, of Decision Day.
Maybe it's 4.
And at this point, do I want anybody together?
Hold on, let me think about that. I do want Brianna and Vincent to be together. He just got some things he got to really work on. But I feel like they are a good match.
A good match, but is it fair to her to have to go through all of this with him? That's my question when it goes.
No.
Like, is it fair for her to hold him up and she gets nothing in return?
No. I just want him to make the
she's
change
learning
that.
Spanish and everything. Like, she's trying her best to be his wife, his friend, his everything. And he keeps having these shutdown moments. It's scary to me.
Yeah.
I don't know how she feels because she hasn't said it, but it's scary to me because that means this is what I will have to deal with.
Yeah, for the rest
and
of your life.
then it's like, am I ready to deal with it?
Mm-hmm.
Am I ready to add children to that? No. So I can't. I want Jacob to go. I honestly wish we could pair people from other seasons with these people.
That would be
because
good.
there are some other women that I actually would like with Jacob that I think would be perfect.
I'm like, let me see who else. Yeah.
I don't know if y'all remember the girl that was married to like the overseas basketball player that he kept leaving like to go party and stuff without her. Jacob would need somebody like her.
Jacob, if I was single. If I was single.
I'd be chilling in Jacob's house now.
I liked his house.
I'd be like, babe, I'm finna go chill with Jacob, and we finna watch movies. We gonna watch some horror movies in his movie room. I'll be home soon.
Right.
Like, y'all know it wouldn't happen, but still. That's the type of relationship me and Jacob got right now.
Nice house. That's a nice house. He did a really good job. I'm very proud of him.
I just want to go on the beach.
I
want to go out, and it's not even a beach. It's like just
it's still like a homey type.
It's a pile of sand, but it looks nice.
It's a good idea.
Who has that in their backyard?
Nobody.
How can she not like Jacob?
She too, and
she don't want nobody.
She got.
If you gonna sit there and you gonna say, "Oh, his nails dirty. I don't like him. Oh, his tooth in the back of his mouth is messed up.
Right.
I don't like him." Then you ain't ready to be with nobody.
No.
That's just what it is, because you're going to pick apart any person you meet. So, I don't know. But we're going to wrap this up because we've been over an hour. And we will catch you next week. I do have another video coming. Married to Medicine comes on tonight. I will have a video to you tomorrow. And thanks so much for watching. See you later.